Hello everybody, I am King of Death, and today I am playing some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And today I am doing the second trial of the game. I'll probably do the whole thing, I'm not sure, counting how long it takes.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
You're gonna do this every time, Monokuma.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
Everyone else dies and they escape free and graduate from the school forever.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I like how they put emphasis on besides.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First we have to make the what you deliver the fatal blow. Let's hit the dumbbell. Rocking dumbbell, okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Wow. Damn it.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
Damn
It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Something missed it.
Chihiro's fatal. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Damn it.
That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's. It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Got it.
No, wrong.
It's more annoying.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Did any of you look at that? It was covered in flipping blood. How do you guys not look at this stuff?
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
I'm sorry. I think these people just shout out random nonsense, just hoping that just hoping that is right.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yep.
You looked at her head wound?
Well, you would have to look at the head wound to know what actually did the flipping damage.
That's so creepy!
No, I don't understand why people don't like hearing that, but it's like, she's only like flipping investigating. She's making sure that the head wound fits with with anything that is at the crime scene.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Yaku, you're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Or maybe it might not make me do it. He probably didn't trust me when I already peasant compared to his greatness. Yes, I tried. The fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Yeah, a new element has been added to the non-stop debate. Would you like to hear more? Yes, absolutely. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attack the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, If you shoot an actual remark of your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your actual difficulty is set to gentle, white noise will appear. Okay, in which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't think I play on gentle because I really didn't want to play on like the fluffy on the newcomer mode. But I'm an idiot.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Damn it.
Hey, so, speaking of, I don't know who that
I
is.
hate
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Case closed. But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Got it.
No, it's wrong.
Let's go. I'm saying Japanese version because Japanese version sounds better.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Makoto, I told you not to talk about that.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No, it's blood.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
I think you missed out the L.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
They all get crucified.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, but how the victim was positioned, how the victim
I
was
got it!
positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
How great.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
It was probably me, Ryoku Togami.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
I'm gonna make so many jokes since Togami already knows about this stuff. Wait a minute, he did say that he would never copy.
No fucking way!
Yes, flipping way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Like,
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
and how do you know this, Brocker? He somebody told me. He told me. He was just like, I was like, if anyone could tell me, if Genocide Jack was like anyone in this place, I would totally go on a date with him as a joke. But then he just fucking told me.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
What? It's just a Scooby Genocide Jack for some guy with a nickname.
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Toko.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Yeah, that's what this book has now, take. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? She's got something. Can't I just say she has a split personality? Hangman Gambit is split personality. I'm not good at this. I can't remember why. I can't remember the name of what fucking thing she has. Obviously I'm going to fucking fail the Hangman Gambit.
I refuse to give up yet!
What's this? Change the slide. I don't fucking remember. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah, Hangman Gambit, alright. Listen, F, that's a C. Oh, it's Z. O.
Now I understand!
What is it? What does that even say?
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Couldn't I have just a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Like, seriously, like, it would flipping work. And it'd be easy to figure out. Like, that, like, I don't even know what word you flipping says.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Listen, they even could have flipping put that. I would have at least got it just more than, like,
okay.
2 right.
But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Well, don't you think she acted a bit weird after she passed out?
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko has a split personality is it has to be where she realized that her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Why is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Okay, I gotta think. Can I do a yandere voice? No, I can't. Damn. No. She must have hit her head real hard there when she fainted. The world has a top, has a front, a back, and a back, a top, inner, and a bottom. A sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
I told you that in confidence, Togami.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Like, I've started to think, as a who has too much faith in people, Toko's just got the right personality for this.
What?
And Byaku is just me. If anything bad ever happens.
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Which I'm sure you're very used to, since you write them all the flipping time.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh man, so you fell for that trick.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it. But...
Like if you took this sentence out of context, it sounds worse.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
The best person arrived.
What the heck?
Oh, if anyone's gonna die here, it's who threw me first.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
I know, it's not something amazing, isn't it?
Toko, what happened to you?
I'm not fluffy Toko, Genocide Jill.
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. But what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
I'm going to enjoy the game more and more now that Genocide Jack.
So intense.
And so, I'm basically best character.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
I know, but it's so great.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane. And beyond amazing.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up? Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Yeah, okay, but only if they exist in real life, I would be friends with them.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Can't wait to hear what Death I do.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
There's a third thing that you keep up to get in the cabin.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Yeah, in Turkish would be something dead like that.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
I'm never going to be able to do it as great as a voice as this.
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
There's no fucking scissors involved. It's no way it's dead like that. There's always fucking scissors involved.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I didn't. Okay, I gotta think now. How can I do an insane female voice? I can't.
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
I can never do an insane female voice. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something still bothers me. Well, she said, I need to get some more details about all of it. Non-stop debate time! Maybe 23 minutes, that's not right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
I go to dead body.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
If I think that's too dumb to say, isn't it?
Sorry, but I didn't...
You say that, but do you...
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare your past murders to the modus operandi matches completely.
No, wrong.
That's the guy.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah, like, all the victims were fucking males. And there were no scissors involved. How could there not be scissors involved in Genocide Jack? You gotta use scissors.
Huh? How's it any different?
There's no... One to heroes are females.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
You'll forever be my favorite character.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Oh, please tell me, because don't make me do a non-stop debate at all. Okay. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The style of bloody method, the victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different.
Yeah, she doesn't go for the head. She does what Thor did and goes for the fucking abdomen and fucking stomach and everything and fucking lungs. Yeah, she goes for pain.
In the genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Yeah, they were nailed to the wall with flipping scissors and then stabbed to death with scissors.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
No, there were like 5 pairs of scissors.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
And do stuff. Where's the fun in one-shotting someone?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Still favourite character in this game.
Can you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
No. Because that's basically what it is.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yep. That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photo of the genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Clear difference. What was used to suspend her when she was suspended, how the body was posed. What was used to suspend her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
The flipping cable the Ocker was using.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Yeah, extension flipping cord. Did you not know it was an extension cord?
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
2 pairs of flipping scissors because she never runs out of flipping scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangements. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
Well, yes, I do. Please tell me more.
Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
Don't flipping metal, Makoto.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Your mail.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the genocide Jack victims and Chihiro who didn't fit it. Well, if you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is, I think I figured it out. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Yes it is.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They all had... No. They all had something down there in a hole. Ken has a blah 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 test. Honda, Soji, Jaku, Kano, Isuya, Takeshi, Yoshida, I'm gonna butcher his names, Kamasuna, Tara, Tekfumi, Gono, Uchida, Nehia, Takeshi, hello, Takeshi, Masamu, Yuto, Nijima. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
Yeah, Chihira's obviously a girl.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
You're becoming more and more my favourite character as the trial goes on.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
There's never the hell wrong with her. She's fucking easy to get a job.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the movie side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Yeah. Hello. We're in the middle of this trial, so it's got great. The best character around.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
I'm screenshotting that. Screenshot. I'm screenshotting. Okay, screenshot it.
Slowly, Kurt.
Just making sure. I hope it's screenshot.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Yeah, who would do that? No, you gotta kill for the reason that I want to kill.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell? Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
But yeah, like, she obviously carries them with her. Why, like, how the hell do you think she murders people?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
No, never sure.
Da-da-da-da!
The Genesis have arrived.
She's fully equipped!
Oh great, she has Genesis on her.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
That's great. Where the hell are you hiding those? You know, so on second thought, I don't want to know where you're hiding those.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I know, it's great. That's a lot of scissors, a great amount of scissors. She could probably murder everyone in the school if she could. Hope she doesn't start with Makata though.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yeah.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. Wait, the police and Byakuya. Because Byakuya said he read all these in his spare time.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
How can I say he was never copycat though? Actually, hold on, there is one person, fucking Byakuya, one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Okay. It was obviously not. It's fucking Byakuya took on.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Yeah, he read all of them twice.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, You've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yes. Now Makoto, buzz off. I'm trying to look innocent here.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
No, he was never copycat. Flipping to God. They never kill off the jerk in games. Like, it's like they don't want to please people by killing off the most annoying and evil person.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Like you knew it was there. And the locker rooms. So suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
You just wanted to see if there's any girls in there. Yes, you caught me, Makoto. I wanted to spy on females.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Yeah, but why did you suspect those Chihiro? Like Marikuba, you said one of our classmates were in trouble. Unless you was ran into everyone else and noticed that Chihiro wasn't anyone in school.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Marikuba, you said someone has...
Okay then, what's so strange about it?
Shut up, Shuriken.
Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
We haven't got to that point. There was a clear contradiction in Byakuya's, in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Time for not that. Please don't. I was happy when you only let me shoot one truth bullet. And there's going to be multiple truth bullets on there. Okay. Next you're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, this will be taken out of every other game afterwards. Then you'll memorize the weak spot. This memorized phase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. Damn it! If you shoot or change the truth bullets, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. That's great. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. And is there any? Would this be taken out if I was on any lower difficulty? Okay, I'll take that to no then. Mark him a positive.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yeah.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Except for you.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body. but he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro, who was...
No, he's wrong.
Got to go.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what's so strange about that. What's so strange about that? I don't know. Maybe the player of the game.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yeah, look, this is what I've been saying.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I guess they made the first one.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But,
Yes, I skipped that by accident, damn it.
what's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. We've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
He just wanted to have something entertainment, didn't he? It's obvious. Damn, it had to be someone else. They never made the flipping in. Never made the jackass the one that flipping annoys it. They never made the jackass a murderer. Flipping Danganronpa the one keeps
There
jackass.
is. I think. There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Yeah, why was the body suspended? Yeah, it's just flipping Byakuya being Byakuya.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Byakuya, you're just flipping. You're having so much fun, aren't you? The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Make your argument. Library test ground. It's because the extension cord is used.
You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
The extension cord.
Where'd you get it from, huh?
I've never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Rocky, you have seen that rope.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right. Then there must be...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Damn you!
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I hate the flipping white light. It's purple though.
When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right. Then there must be...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
I did it, good. Finally, I fucking hate. I hate the white noise.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
It's flipping purple.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Oh good, at least Makoto has at least more than a brain than I thought.
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Okay.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Yeah, brain, good.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Until there's still one contradiction. How did you get in the girls' locker room? He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
No, I don't.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya is the killer.
Mondo, you feel a bit out there the shot that Byakuya is the killer now.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Except it's fucking Byakuya. You wouldn't make it so obvious.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but he probably wants us to choose him to let the game more
I know,
fun.
but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Rocker, can you stop acting like a flipping jackass for like 5 minutes?
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
How did you get in the flipping girls' locker room?
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
How did you get in the flipping girls' locker room, you flipping dude? Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Jiri's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean, can I really just accept that what Byakuya said is true? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Essentially called Jack's presence, the scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Yeah, probably in the flipping hallway or something. Maybe someone got flipping mad through in the hallway and murdered them when they were going off to exercise one.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
But how did you get in the flipping girls' locker room?
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Yes, that is
How
true.
could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Yep.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
That's one thing.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah, that poster of the big-eyed person was not in the female locker room. It was in the dude's locker room. Oh my god.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Because it's covered in blood?
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? Then the story suddenly moves to the crime scene. Byakuya, who's been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realised that the actual scene of the crime could be somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Probably a guy.
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Kirigiri, please help me. Evidence that shows that the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that just switched between. Why'd they do this? They placed terrible stuff in the boys' locker room, then they placed the interesting stuff in the females. So sad.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Back up.
Your proof is some posters?
Well, the boys' locker room had the very interesting poster.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Big-eyed supermodel. We want to keep this channel from getting demonetized.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Who knows? There could be some that swing that way.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
You just have to put a damper and everything.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
We swap them back.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Yeah, unless Mondo Nishimaru's swing that way.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yeah, and I think Mondo and Nishimaru worked together to do it.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
That the one bro kept... They had the atmosphere of two bros in every locker room.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yeah, that one flipping clue, it wouldn't let me put in the truth bullet.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
Again, weirdest thing to put protein in, but okay.
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away, it's that the carpets were flipping switched. It was moved. What was locker room carpet?
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
It was just moved to the boys' locker room because it was look like I could do shit there.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Am I the only one who thinks that looks like a shit stain?
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Wait, did I just take pictures of the stuff?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
I just take pictures of like every single piece of evidence so I remember what I look like.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Ah, good. It's good to hear that people agree with me.
What?
Ishimaru, you've realised something, haven't you? Monokuma, it's a thing called a double execution. No? Okay. What if like an equal amount of people voted for two different people? Like if like half of them voted for Ishimaru, the other half voted for Mondo, then would there be a double execution then? No? We'd all die? Okay.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime...
I really want Lady Ishimaru, they won't allow me to.
The blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I want to see what Mondo would do if Ishimaru died.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Because Ishimaru is a great ship.
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Because the hero is probably a dude?
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room...
That Ishimaru is the best ship that will ever exist in all Danganronpa history, and it's the most popular ship out of all of Danganronpa. And below it is Soichi and Kokichi. Just have to say that. To kill myself as well.
Then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
It was probably a he.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Probably those handbooks in the main hall.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Unless she was a dude.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay, there then. It is right, because she never really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow. Why am I questioning myself now? Like, I said it myself, just in a different way of saying it. Broken the handbook.
Is it really possible?
Probably.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it!
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
Nope.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Nope, that
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Oh, that thing.
What thing?
That thing.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Got it.
No, it's wrong.
It's broken. First the guy is.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Love, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
No, because Leon's dead, so he's technically not loaning it to them.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Yeah, it's just a different way of saying loaning, but okay.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
I know you put that plot point. I know you put that plot hole in there just to annoy us, didn't you, Monica? And man, it worked.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
What's the buzzer on her one didn't work? Nah, that's...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
Or maybe she's a hit. Just move your left hand like a bit further down, and just strike it down a bit. Please, you can save us from chapter 3. Please. I don't like chapter 3.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room.
Oh no!
So I guess so.
Just like Jill, please don't. A body has been discovered.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
I vote for Mando. I don't know why. I just want to go against his Mando. Is that it then? Hiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? But still, I don't know.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, this trial would be like 5 minutes long if I didn't interrupt.
I agree with you though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
See, that's what we do.
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
That she was secretly gone.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Walk all the way back there.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
It's evident.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Now, what are we waiting for? Come on, guys, let's go this way.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Well, she did say it'd make stuff more exciting, so obviously, guys, quickly to the flipping elevator before I murder you all.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy.
And your execution will be sharp and painful.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
We headed off with Kirk in the lead, and there she took us was discussing the crime.
The girls' locker room?
Why did they do that is the only good-looking poster.
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Nothing.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Assuming get those dirty thoughts out of your mind.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
Okay, good, you have some morals.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Ishmael, you're too kind.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
That's just sexist.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Please the emphasis on the her.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
No, carry on screwing around. You're making this episode more exciting and interesting.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quickly examine her body. So quickly that literally wind was blasting up. Even tiny tornadoes were being made. So I could block his clothes off. And Toko leapt upon him.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Wait, what particular are you talking about in entire?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Who put sausage into... Oh my god.
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihira's lifeless body. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Oh my god. It's not... Oh my... Dad. There was something that's impossible for him to be killed in the boys' locker room.
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Just me in every conversation. That sentence alone is just me when I find stuff out.
What?
Get me when I realise.
You're joking, right?
At that moment, the Sakura ripped off the pants of Chihiro and everyone saw it.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Okay, then I'm okay with searching the body then. I would never have guessed that though. I just thought they were a very flat girl.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Yeah, the manner.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Oh, that was the secret.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Oh man. So if you had killed them, we wouldn't have you for like the entire game. Like this chapter's personally attacking me.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, it is make the trial more interesting when you get that. As for the ending. Oh no, it's gonna be great.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
There's how to be. You're gonna love the ending. I loved it so much. I simply loved the execution for this one.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay, at some point during this video, because I want to do the entire trial in this one video, I am going to take a break and then just put the music on so you guys don't get bored. And then you can have your conversation in the flipping chat or whatever.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Yeah, let's resume.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
I know, it's so hard to believe. Like, literally, I don't really care. Like, literally, you were going to tell everyone that anyway, like, when the 24 hours were up. So really, if a murder didn't happen, we would still know this fact.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Wait, what I'm thinking is now, could you search that area? To think about that for a second, Kurigiri, thinking that Chihiro was a girl, searched the lower area and found the opposite of female. To think that Chihiro is actually a guy? It's preposterous. The thought has never even crossed my mind. Like, seriously, they were so innocent. Like, they didn't seem to like I will never stop. It's flipping great. I won't stop with whatever I say.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
So so your future would be getting murdered by someone with a flipping blunt object hitting your head, and people finding out that you're a dude.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
And since Monokuma knew this from the flipping beginning, then obviously he put it as male.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
One word to know, what if he got totally turned into a girl? Would he still be this boy? That's the real question.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
And the plot thickens.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Sakura, what did it feel like?
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Was it big or small?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
Stop crying, I'm just messing.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Yeah, he was extremely flat. Like, so flat that there was no way he could be considered female. It's the flattest of flat.
This is the most titillating situation!
I really hope you stay around for the entire game and just never turn back to Toko.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
I'm trying to think now, like, since they don't flip into their memories or whatever. More attacks.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
I don't. I think it was someone else, because Byaku only found this stuff out, and there's still more coming.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
I'm just thinking now, did Byaku check that area? Because if he did, then he's obviously got something messed up in his head, or he had a feeling that Chihiro was not female.
He's off in his own little world.
You know who it is. This game has got to the core my insecurities.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I should really not laugh. Like, I'm in the middle of just thinking Is Sakura thinking about how big or small it was? Or is my head just in the fucking gutter?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Yeah, but someone else killed them.
But
Byakuya obviously didn't flipping hit them. No, Byakuya looks too flipping weak to literally one-shot someone, even if it was a heavy object.
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
I know, Makoto sounds very, very sad about that. He was hoping that he could get rid of the one jerk that no one liked, other than Toko.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
That's because we didn't know that Chihiro was a boy.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Yeah, it's very interesting and fun.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Can we get to the execution?
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
It annoys me more and more as I have to play through this trial some more and use my brain.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
She could have not actually guessed as his size when he was dead because he was dead because he then was incapable of gaining. No, I don't mean like that size. I mean just like the soft side.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord,
questions?
knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Literally, this is just gonna make people think more and more that that's the way I swear.
At least, that's how I see it.
So something I want to see how many people think that. But my straightness is as clear as day most of the time.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Yep.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
See, it's obvious. Byakuya didn't do it, and as well, we gotta keep Byakuya around for like however long they want to keep him around.
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
I don't know, Byakuya's just fucking cool.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
It is correct.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What I'm hearing is you messed up a dead person's body.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Seriously, Byakuya's just flipping me. I choose not to swear, even if I have to.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
I don't.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
You want to make the game more interesting.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
I don't know what to say. I could by the way, I like to think of the lyrics to that song because I have heard that song.
I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Well, why did they all just here?
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Yeah, we can't die here. How will the sequel be made?
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
By the way, if I like do like the final episode of like this game, and there's still like loads of time left, I'll probably just end it, like, and then just like immediately afterwards to start Danganronpa 2.
Damn straight. Count me in.
By that I mean that I'll stop the video, like it's the final episode, and then make a video like 5 minutes later that's just the beginning of Danganronpa 2. The better one in my opinion.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
I completely lost track of whatever their conversation was.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Yeah, it's like an ant, though.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's one thing, everyone just keeps on blaming each other.
That's very true.
And they don't actually go by the fucking facts.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Okay. Yeah, like V3 is an amazing game, but in the character development, I like V3 better. In the story, in the reason why they're in the killing game, I like Danganronpa 2 better. Because V3 seems a bit too much like go with whatever. But if Joker didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? I blame Ishimaru and Mondo. I blame Ishimaru. That guy that isn't here. It's Ishimaru and Mondo's names put together because I ship them so much. Return to Die is better than V3, in my opinion. I'm joking. I haven't played Your Turn to Die though, so I can't really detect it. There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Can you think about where the body was discovered? Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leo's handbook is apparently open, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it has to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. I don't know that's what it is.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
I think.
The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah! No! Not game over!
Wait, was that a Scream reference? I think that was a Scream reference. Did they say game over, man? Game over. When they
Isn't
think they
there
can't
a
find the
single
when they
clue
think they
that-
can't find the killer.
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the... Perhaps
Someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Damn it.
It's
I hate
over.
the flipping white
You
line.
want to know who saw the killer? And it's not like they're just game over, man.
Yeah! No! Not game
I
over!
like that high-pitched voice they said.
Isn't there a single clue? Well,
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
perhaps someone saw the victim at
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Damn it.
So you want to know who saw the killer? And it's not like they're just game over, man.
Yeah! No! Not
Right,
game
I'm
over!
trying to flipping hate it, but it just
Isn't
keeps
there a
going.
single clue?
Did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the... Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that...
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's
over. You want to know who saw the killer? And it's not like they're just game over, man.
I'll be annoyed if it's not actually that one spot and I'm wasting my time.
Isn't there a single clue?
Did nobody get... I'm sure if
so
someone
happy
saw
if
the...
it's
Perhaps
10
someone
minutes.
saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
What? Let's do that.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
I didn't mean to press that button.
Shoot! Isn't there a single clue? lead us to who did it.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
I don't know.
Shoot!
Yeah,
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it? Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Breath count.
No, it's wrong.
I hate myself more for not figuring that out.
I believe someone else did see the victim
You can
before he was
sure.
murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Can't they just like act like they can't they just call or like the hero her and then just like, I mean he?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
The way you say my name. Nice.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Rest is just literally just me when I'm at my most sarcastic.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
I think we're almost at the end of this case.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And why you put him back in the warehouse?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better go and I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
My terms there for something, I'm sure I can carry something.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he was a dude and he didn't want you guys finding out.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
It probably makes... I think it's Monday.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
Yes, I feel you never cease to amaze me.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
I can never match the just ideal voice that was given.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
The pure insanity is just out of my reach.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Kugo, stop giving me that smirk of I knew you would get this wrong.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Only the killer would know what. Only the killer and Celeste would know what colour the tracksuit was.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Yeah.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Marco then give us a fingerprint detecting kit because he's evil.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Kyuu's already figured out, but she wants me to figure it out, so she knows I have a brain. Does Chihiro's jacket really holds some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Rest account. Okay.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yep.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay. How dare you call me that, Mondo? Piece of shit.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
It's Mondo.
He was on his way to go exercise.
He's got that angry face for having no expression.
It matched the one...
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Mondo, you literally gave yourself away.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
And no one said the color.
It's that track. It matched the one the culprit...
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Okay, what's the flipping answer?
Shoot!
And I flipping lost. I hate this more. I hate this trial so flipping much. The logic is even flipping obvious. It's nothing that you can flip and figure out.
I refuse to give up yet.
Yeah, because Martin gives you endless flipping chances to do whatever the flip you want. I'm not getting an A on this. No, I won't.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to the next is why did he choose?
What do you mean? I got it! It matched the one that...
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
No, wrong!
That's the guy I flipping hate myself for getting all of that wrong.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him I saw him stuffing a tracker jacket into a duffel bag, and then as soon as he headed off to exercise...
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
But you did.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Yep, this trial will be over in a matter of minutes.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I met with him.
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No. Ishimaru, your bro's gonna die. And you can't stop it. Ichimaru, I feel so sad for you not.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
I thought Mondo, I don't think he's the type of person who would go against. Flipio takes 4 cards. No.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Are you giving everyone nicknames?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Wait a minute, you were out last night?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, but it was in the bag.
No, that can't be it either.
Wait.
According to Celeste's testimony...
Flip of. That's what I said. Flip of. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. I'll transcend and protect bro. I'll transcend and protect bro. Bro.
When Celeste noticed this, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
Right, did I miss out something I was supposed to say for Celeste voice or something? I forgot.
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Bro. Just keep on doing that until the end of the trial. It will make it more funny when it ends.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
Jay.
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
Ichimaru's favorite.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Yeah, like, just look at him. He's obviously the one. Just to clarify.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him. I want you at this one. No. Why? I want to press because I hate him, but I don't like how low score this was because of the way he acted.
There was a certain turning point, but maybe you didn't notice it. You only call guys dudes. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, once I picked up... It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
What? Wait, am I the one that killed? It was obviously fucking Jake. Jake killed him.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leave.
It's fucking Mondo.
My time has nearly come.
You stop changing voice actors.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Just say it.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
I'll say that, bro.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must go on to... Chihiro?
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
I skipped so much dialogue, didn't I? I don't care.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Mondo found the secret to breaking them, didn't
I
they?
imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Oh no, to keep the secret. To keep their secret.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
I want to expose on bread.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
What about flipping heat?
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
It's the sauna, isn't it?
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
The crying. Delicious. Okay. I'll tell Jake you said that. It's foreshadowing, you'll see. Okay. How did the handbook break? By exploiting a bug.
Shoot!
I'm sure it's a bug. Okay, by hitting its weak point.
I got it!
By go science,
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Yeah, of course I kind of remember that.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Someone told
Then
me.
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Yeah, Mondo, get that angry face off. We know that you did it.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma?
Ishimaro,
So, what is it?
Ishimaro, I'm sorry that your bro had to go die. Bro, why did you do it? Because I had to, bro.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Yeah.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
It's actually put people away from using
Just
it.
tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
There's still time. Feels like it.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
He's got my type of language.
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Well, I'm thinking now. Mondo's sat in there with all his clothes on. Next to Ishimaro, who is wearing nothing but a towel. Something obviously happens between them in that sauna that night, and that's why they said buddy all of a sudden.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
I was on top that night. Good to hear that Ishimaro confirms it. Ishimaro, is this true? You were on top that night? Yes, it is 100% true. I am Ishimaro, and I will be the next president of the United States of Japan.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone,
I was
right?
laughing. A joke I don't get, lol.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
The joke is that they did something naughty that night that they refused to tell anyone. Get it too soon. We'll get it too.
What if they
We'll get
found
it
out
soon.
by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Yeah, even Mondo could figure that out. Bro, they just called you an idiot. I know, bro. Should I punch their faces in, bro? Bro, don't do it. It's a thing. It's a girl, and you still have that one rule. Bro, I hate that flipping one rule.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
And by the way, I'm not messing around. Mondo actually does have a rule that he wouldn't hit a girl.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Mondo?
I might know someone who did.
Mondo, because he didn't take all his clothes off, and then Ishimaru, they rode Ishimaru all night.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Oh, please. No, my bro. Bro, why? He might have brought the handbook into the sauna. It had to be the one who wore all their clothes in the sauna. It was... I'm not sorry, Ishimaru. This is what is my face. That's the face of true despair, and Monokuma loves it. Okay, there's you, Mondo.
Here's my answer!
I like to blame Ishimaru.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
You didn't take any of your clothes off, but still. Wait a minute, you did take your clothes off to do it with Ishimaru.
What?
There's so many gay jokes this chapter.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because it was him, Ishimaru, and you refused to accept it because you're buddy. I can't, there's even jokes, so I just can't stop.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago. Remember?
Yes, an endurance contest. Who would last longer? I have to stop.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Am I the only one who thinks it's weird they put a towel on his hair? Ishimaru's a fucking six-pack. Mondo's just wearing a shirt and everything because he doesn't want people...
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy him.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
It's Mondo, he's a violent person. And they're not leave your bro alone, Ishimaru.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Will I have to go into a bullet time battle with you? I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Here we go. Stop attacking him. Oh good, I found... Okay, here's handbook with cardboard and the broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Damn, the white noise.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I I know you like
Let's
to
test
talk
Makoto's
a lot.
if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Broken in handbook. I hope it
Let's
is.
test if what he
Unlike
says
my
you broke your
handgun.
own. In other words, if that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay.
Let's
I think
test
this
if what
episode
he
goes through
says
like
you
one
broke your
time.
own. In other words, if that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm sure Mondo will.
Let's test Makoto if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I hate it. Damn
See?
it.
Look! Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
His father, stop lying to yourself, please.
Let's test Makoto if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it. Damn
See?
it.
Look!
Okay,
Makoto was
okay,
wrong.
so-
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay, so
Let's
get rid of
test
the
if
white
what he
noise.
says you
Then
broke
I
your
have
own.
to
In other
write
words,
down.
if that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it's wrong.
That's the guy
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
language. But yes, the F word is appropriate for the situation, but still language.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall,
Probably yours.
isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Or maybe he destroyed Leon's on his own and he took the heroes for his own.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Yep.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
Yes, and he's just borrowing it for
But
his
doesn't
own.
that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Okay, so what I'm thinking is what they count as loaning is someone actually giving them someone actually giving someone their handbook, but he actually borrowed it from a dead
Well,
person.
here's how I look at it.
He borrowed it from a dead person.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
So it's just
It's kind
borrowing.
of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
It really does want him.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with the corpse is not a violation of the rules.
That's great.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but
I know Mondo's going to admit it.
Son of a bitch.
Maybe he won't, because he's a flipping piece of shit.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Bro?
You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
There's no way my bro would do anything that bad.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
That's great, I'm gonna have to go into bullet time battle with you tomorrow.
okay. Then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
It's time to make my manga.
That way, everything will become clear.
The manga
And we'll
series
all
will
see
be...
if I was right or wrong.
I will love making this manga series. It's time for chapter 2 to be made. Closing argument. like this one here, that one, that. Dark face. Just dark face. Act 3. The Okra.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
I'm not sure if I got this last one. It describes every facet.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Okay, so I got that.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the bloody poster, here's exactly what happened. which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Done it again. What we're doing it. Something about that.
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why then, removing the blood...
Damn it again! I can't figure this flipping shit out. Is it flipping this?
The killer is... you!
At this point, I don't even care if I get a good score. I hate you so much, game. I used this. I used this. I used it.
Here's exactly what happened.
Right, this is what my last fucking game.
Which is that...
Oh no, it was good.
And finally carrying the... A girl's handbook was necessary to get it, but this alone doesn't... After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
I felt once flipping more. I can't remember what I put.
I refuse to give up yet!
I refuse to fucking give up, like for the third time I'm with him, I refuse to give up. You should just get used to myself. I'm gonna have to do the whole curse now and everything. No, that was correct.
The killer is you!
Okay, I'm just going to skip through all the parts that we do. I'm skipping that because I really just want to get started. It's been 2 hours. This is probably one. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we got to the part where he's flipping out the
After all, Sayaka using one of those, a boy could get into the girl.
Good.
And that's exactly how the killer did it.
I hate myself more and more as the call goes on.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. they changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no.
Byakuya had to go and be a jackass and change up the entire crime scene again.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Wasn't Byakuya,
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna.
What I'm hearing is, I probably got all of them correct except for that one.
There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
I'm hearing this, I got 2 of them wrong. That's all I got wrong the first time, only 2 of them wrong. I hate myself.
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
Because there's water.
And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Yeah, Mondo's.
And that's how it all played out.
It's not right, Mondo's.
Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
That face, though. I look like a generic anime protagonist, and Mondo looks like a generic JoJo villain without art style. Okay, good. Mondo just accepts it and that Ishimaru can continue complaining.
Wait! No! This can't be right!
It is right, Ishimaru, and you just don't accept it.
Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
I just laid all that in front of you in my chapter 2 of this five chapters manga I made.
You need evidence! You need proof!
It's called Danganronpa.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Okay. Evidence to make that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can show, if I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battle. Would you like to hear about it? Yes, definitely, absolutely, because it's stuck in me tomorrow. I'm deaf and blind. I need evidence. It's so true. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. That's so close to the N word. During the bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the button at random, you won't miss. So you can push X square, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, to make the best possible use of your time. Of course it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to this special time, right? So you've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If your opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tough to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, that is, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worrying about. The on-screen chat, not YouTube side chat. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. And we have 7 questions. Okay, the moment of truth. Come on, let's go.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Just like, it's that tiny voice that hurt me.
If my thinking so far is right,
Wait, this should prove it.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. And once we do that, we
don't gotta do that.
So Mondo's just coming clean. He knows when he has to quit.
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
It's just that face. It's the face of, I want to kill you, but I don't want to get in trouble. No, that face they had was, I want to kill you, but I'm scared to teach you. So many B's, how did I get an 8? I got 83 medals.
Bro, what are you saying?
Bro, why'd you do this, bro?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
I'm sorry, bro, but I had to do it, bro.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Now let's see his negative time. That's what it stands for, right? Let's go. No, show me the evidence.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
Sorry, bro.
No waiting. No holding on.
Sorry, bro.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
Like Mondo did to Ishimaru's lever.
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
Like here's one thing is, Monokuma saw the whole thing happen because he's obviously got cameras everywhere.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I always thought that sign Monokuma vote. How rich am I gonna be? So much money coins. I'm gonna be rich by the end of this game. I have so much I'll buy a mansion.
What?
Oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Wada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. But for everyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. But they know. Anyway, there was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. Don't do it. I was a virgin. You're so weak. Everyone thought you're a boy. Even though you're a boy, don't you? He'd hear things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a pretty young pretty young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Nobody will be able to say anything about, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferior complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. Lucky him. He chose. Lucky him. If life was that easy, I'm weak.
Weak.
Are you very sure life is that simple? Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the reveal of the embarrassing secret, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. So they tried to murder Mondo. Just stop trying to pull a psycho on us. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. They went to train. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone thought being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovering the motive of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. So
That's
annoying.
Right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and says that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at all.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell the person, that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person, and he went to.
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it was. It sure was. The biker gang fellow had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. The hero probably thought that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep that secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that the hero had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. Okay, I think I put the wrong name here because this sounds like something that Monica would be saying. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to the hero. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried the hero from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he did?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep it safe?
Because
his secret. Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect the hero's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trust each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having an embarrassing memory and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you that embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. To know that Mondo did. He killed his own brother. Did you hear that, Chad? He killed his own brother! Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother name was Daya Owada. Oh, like Daya. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya of Daya that Mondo even got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. I dare ya. That's great. They also wore very stupid looking biker outfits. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he immediately imitated him in everything he did. And then he also checked both their sides, as if you know what I mean, to see if he can measure up. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother, the embodiment of the starry-eyed person. Well, meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Oof, why are you on a motorbike? Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother Sunday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to garner Mondo's very soul. The kid, it's gonna take over for Daya? Huh? Daya created this gang and with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why I gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what I got.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it says. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement, so Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and stepped into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, the brother kicked him out of the way and was hit by the truck. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My brother, kid. My bad, kid. I flipped up, sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but I never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Does anyone like my dying voice? My dad had a brother. No. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That because the explanation for what happened, Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to leave the team so badly he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother, which he loved so much. I'm strong. And strong wants to find. And that Fallout 4 jokes are just gonna be stupid. Strong. Okay, I'm sorry if Mondo wants me to make the Fallout 4 jokes. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret like I have right now. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been ruined. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it didn't help when Ishimaru's thing reached up to my stomach as well. and it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, I'm evolving. Alright, and he told me a secret. Seriously, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strange. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what you're saying, I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. So I killed Sula immediately. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him, and that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you flipping with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak, something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admired you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am flipping strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey!
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
Mondo, that's a sad story, but I kind of skipped through it on my first playthrough of this game. I'm joking, I haven't done the first playthrough. This is my first playthrough.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
He took a life. Again. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. I did all of those faces by learning of the keyboard. By leaning on the keyboard the whole time. He did that weak. He hit that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lives in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it, Monokuma! Why are you so good at making people kill each other? That's the type of laugh I can't stay mad at you, Monokuma. Can we be friends again, Monokuma? What do you mean I can't be friends with the headmaster? Damn you, Danganronpa! Look at him. See? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, from memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. I didn't know she was Monokuma. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. Hope. You. Ishimaru. Swa. You bad person. Just shut up, you son of a gun. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you, you flipping piece of shit.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishment is fast approaching. Punishment?
You kid me.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's why I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbed the peace will be punished?
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Mondo, under the ultimate Black Gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything
we've got. It's punishment time. I said wait.
Sorry, man.
Bro, why'd you do it? Why did you do it, bro?
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Bro. Mondo's been found guilty. Time for the punishment. I find that I get more and more thrills from each punishment. Watch and learn. This is how you truly kill. Let you write your comments down as much as you want. Please, someone write comments like this. It'll be very interesting. The cage of death. So like how they keep the 2D, the art style from Danganronpa and Mondo. Mind him, at least you know how to pass the time. Oh, Monokuma is partially dead, and Mondo's not in the cage. Mondo's not in the cage. I wonder where he went. Hey, what's that machine? Well, at least it's in a better place now. I couldn't help it. At least he goes great with pancakes. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. You turned it with the flipping butter. My brother. Another murder and another execution, but at least this time they're in a better place. I want to feel that everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. I'm so sorry, Yushimaru. Wait a minute, is that a watch? That watch looks like it's been drawn onto your flipping arm. Scream all you like, Yushimaru. You're not gonna bring him back from the most buttery place in the world. As Yushimaru's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakura.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that. A game, one of our friends is dead, do you realize that? I was a friend with Mondo, I was a friend with Miva. Guys, why are you so mean about bro? Oh man, we got naturally Shimaru.
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death. Do you not understand what life or death is? Life is when someone's living. Death is when someone's in the ground 6 feet below me.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionally, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
honestly,
They ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule was never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spied Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked aside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? Yeah, he was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. It's like this is a like game of life and death. Monokuma wouldn't have liked the trial if it was boring. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand to Monokuma and his interesting trials. I thought it'd liven things up, which it did. You did it all to liven things up.
I see.
So after hearing about death of Jack from Tokyo, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. You didn't, Byakuya, because I failed like 3 flipping times. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eyes. I could feel his sharp eye as piercing into me and killing me at this moment in time. I had a heart attack at that point, and Byakuya was executed. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next. You know how you can be. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know this punishment, this despair is not just for you. All this punishment and all this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are means to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. The noble son of a noble family, truly, you understand me. I love Monokuma so much. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
So cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob. No trash mob, be it. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, sounds like someone needs a nap. I refuse to ever try the Monokuma laugh ever again, because my version of it is just me saying the fucking words, and it's terrible. Monokuma's laugh peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I know that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Ultimate despair!
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
No, it's the bald guy. Okay, we just gotta find the one bald guy in the whole school and we'll know who it is.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
That girl went and killed someone?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th student, high school student, I mean.
Woo! My, you really took me by surprise there.
I'm not sure who it is at all. I completely forgot who this figure's supposed to be.
I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. End. Okay, see how many's left. 10 people. Oh, we could still have an even vote. I hope. Yeah, we could actually have an even vote. You received a crazy diamond. You received a crazy diamond present. Would you like to save the game? Yes. I will save it twice.
I know I shouldn't cry.
That's a picture for all the dudes to look at.
But I've had enough.
So I'm going to hide the text.
I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon.
Just gotta check. Is that button to hide the text?
It's impossible.
Then go away. Have your hand.
I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donut? I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twister donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut, donut holes,
Okay.
a god of donuts. I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Huh?
What's that sound? It sounds like it's coming from the bathroom. That house.
But
I'm super scared, but it can't just be a saw blade that's gonna shoot out of one of the lockers or something. Is someone there? Is that the hero's face? It looks like the hero's face. Chapter 3. Next generation legend stands tall galactic hero. That was a mouthful. The morning after the collusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall just like always, and I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kind of sucked. Toko and Bayakura still refuse to show up, and I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in the room for today. Don't forget to search blue waffle disease. Oh, I completely forgot to search for that last time. Okay. That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then?
So it's just 7 of us then. Looks that way.
How about that?
It's time like this. It's time like this where we commit to each needs to get things going with a bang. Ishimaru?
Impossible.
Or not? Ishimaru. Ishimaru, wake up! Ishimaru! Oh man, that hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. Oh man, I think Ishimaru's gone mute. We can't have that. I enjoy using his voice. I enjoy the voice I gave him. One look at his face shows he hasn't slept a wink last night. It must have been because of Mondo. And I remembered all the times he'd done stuff with him. The two of them became so close, and then he found that Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. He could have done a Fuyuhiko and ran into the punishment and saved Mondo. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him. So, I mean, what's going to happen now? We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's going to come out now.
It's like...
Now I'm all depressed, just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life that is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to by. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for? Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case is our current situation not? Demon angel, pretty princess.
Huh? Here we go.
Maggie the drill shop owner, the bunny-eared amazing cat girl, dog boy, Robo Justice the Galactic King, and what I mean is there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such base desires to the advantages, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well, anyway, since Taco is like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm offering to step up to take the lead. So we're all going to work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right.
Well,
right?
I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps
there should be new places for us to investigate. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well
then, once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problems with that, Sarah? They may well be discovery. Well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she banged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me and so I appeared.
Genocide? What? Again, I'm gonna have to think of a very, very, very insane advice. I never called for you. What the hell come is just a Joel and not Togo? God, this place is just amazing. Finally a place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in the cave for me. Plus I have another battle to fight. The whole killing with a split personality thing is so overdone. I'm just gonna destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If you weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. I don't like you. You're just going to you'll die of someone else anyway, because you're not attractive in any way. I won't kill you with passion. I'll kill you with hatred. Come on, you gotta back me up. Even the biggest stars need the little people all to hold them up. Right, Fabian? I couldn't have it. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on the empty stomach. I just have to know to say that. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our... Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Let's just eat so we can start. Still my favourite character of this game. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Okay, so there's this up talking and stuff. Okay. I'm going to end this video here. Goodbye for now. Oh, Danganronpa fans. And remember, the genocidal maniacs are always the best people in these games.